Before I begin, I want to ask you to subscribe to my channel if you love real, raw stories about love, betrayal, and heartbreak. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments at the end. I promise this story will stay with you. I remember that night like it was yesterday. The air in the dining room felt heavy, almost suffocating. My family had gathered for what was supposed to be a simple Sunday dinner. My parents, my siblings, and my wife, Emily. But the moment we sat down, I could feel the tension. A quiet undercurrent I couldn't yet name. The first blow came out of nowhere. My father, with a tight, almost cruel smile, looked at me and said, "You should have never been born." I froze. My fork hovered over my plate. For a second I thought I'd misheard him. Then I looked around. Emily's face was pale, but she didn't say anything. My mother avoided my gaze entirely. My heart pounded. "Excuse me." I managed, my voice quieter than I intended. But the words had already landed like a hammer. Everyone acted as though nothing happened, as if the comment had been nothing more than a breeze passing through the room. I couldn't eat. I couldn't speak. All I could do was sit there, feeling the walls of my family closing in. After that night, I started noticing little things. Missed calls from Emily that she never explained, her phone lighting up in secret, sudden excuses about being late from work. First, I blamed myself. Maybe I'd changed. Maybe I wasn't enough anymore. But the gnawing feeling wouldn't leave me alone. Then came the text. I was cleaning up the kitchen one evening when her phone buzzed on the counter. A message popped up from a name I didn't recognize. My heart sank. I shouldn't have looked, but curiosity is a dangerous thing. It was casual, familiar. Too familiar. Inside jokes, flirtatious emojis, dates, and little confessions that weren't meant for my eyes. Each message felt like a knife. I tried to rationalize it, maybe a colleague, maybe harmless, but deep down I already knew the truth. I started watching her more closely, noticing how she smiled at her phone, the way she'd tense when I entered a room unexpectedly, how she'd sometimes mumble excuses that didn't add up. Memories I had once cherished now felt like a lie. The morning she said she loved me, the nights she held my hand, the promises whispered in the dark. One Saturday I followed a gut instinct. She'd said she was running errands, but I saw her car parked outside a small cafe I'd never heard her mention. Through the window I saw her laughing, really laughing, with someone, her body leaning close, entirely different from the Emily I knew. I didn't confront her that day. I went home and sat in silence, letting the pieces fall into place. The betrayal wasn't cinematic or explosive. It was quiet, insidious, and devastating. Finally, I couldn't hold it in anymore. That evening I asked her to sit down. I tried to keep my voice calm, even though my chest felt like it would burst. "Emily, I need to know the truth. Are you seeing someone else?" She froze. Then she looked at me, her eyes wide with guilt and fear. I didn't want you to find out this way," she whispered. The confession spilled out slowly, a mixture of remorse and justification. She spoke of loneliness, of misunderstandings, of emotional distance she felt I had never noticed. She hadn't planned to hurt me, she said, but it was too late. For days afterward, the house felt empty even when she was there. I replayed every moment, every word, every laugh that now seemed tainted. I remembered my father's words at dinner, their cruelty now intertwined with the deeper hurt of my wife's betrayal. The hardest part wasn't anger, it was heartbreak. The struggle between still loving her and feeling utterly betrayed was a battle I fought silently, every single night. I realized that forgiveness wouldn't come easily, and neither would forgetting. Then came the turning point. I had to decide what kind of man I wanted to be. Did I let this break me, or did I rise above it? One quiet morning I packed a bag and placed it by the door. Not for revenge, not for drama, but for closure. When she asked, I simply said, "I need to find myself again." Her tears fell, and I felt a pang of sadness but also clarity. I walked out knowing that I wasn't weak, and that my self-respect mattered more than clinging to something that had died in small, almost imperceptible ways. I didn't yell. I didn't storm out. I just left, and for the first time in months I felt a sense of peace. Months later I still think about that dinner. About the words that cut me deeper than any betrayal could. And I've learned that sometimes the hardest battles are internal. The fight to reclaim your dignity, to trust yourself again, to recognize that you deserve better than silent cruelty and hidden lies. I've rebuilt slowly. I've found small joys in ordinary days, laughter in unexpected places, and a quiet strength I didn't know I had. And though the pain lingers, it has become a part of me, a reminder of what I endured and what I survived. Life is fragile, trust is fragile, and love is not always enough. But self-respect is everything.